but the digging in the backyard, they're looking for evidence, clues, maybe even keepsakes. I have some experts who can tell you into the kinds of things that they have found in the past. Now, last week, as you saw, we've been going into this. There's also something out there, though, okay? There is this idea that, well, they got this guy. He had like a Silence of the Lambs thing going on in his basement. I don't think that's true, and I don't think you have to fly in the direction of the most obvious nature of an investigation. They have to make the case beyond a reasonable doubt. I'm not saying that they can at this point, because there's so much smoke in the air about this particular suspect. But there's a difference between him building an over-fortified gun safe and having a room where he did Silence of the Lambs stuff. Let's bring in former FBI agent and NewsNation Law and Justice contributor Jennifer Coffindaffer and forensics analyst, Professor Emeritus, John Jay College of Criminal Science, Larry Kobilinsky. Good to have you both. You know, in Coffindaffer, you disagree with me? There's no reason for the cops to say, no, we don't know anything about any vault, if they had found something like that down there that came across like a killing room.
I agree with that, Chris, but I don't necessarily agree that this wasn't a situation where he terrorized these women, took them back to his house, maybe even kept them in cages. Recall that that is what was on the search warrant for South Carolina. Recall we have a photo of that cage being taken away and other accoutrements that were asked for regarding caging. And so I'm not so sure he didn't keep them alive for some period of time, strictly based on that we're seeing.
100%, but two things can be true at once. I'm saying the idea that's all over the internet and the real crime TikTok people saying he had a killing room. The cops came out and said, not that we know of, nope. Some soundproof room that was for that. So there's no reason for the cops at this stage in this investigation to be lying about what they're finding. But right, there's obvious indication that he may have taken him back to the house. It does raise questions again, though, about the wife, and not to throw dirt on her, Jennifer, and then I'm going to go to Dr. Kobilinsky. But that the idea that you live with somebody for so many years who's made such efforts and you know nothing, when, as we know, spouses tend to know what's going on, whether they want to deal with it or not. What's your take on that, Jennifer?
My take is he kept law enforcement not knowing about him for 10 years. This guy was manipulative. I have no doubt that he had a canned answer for everything his wife might have asked him that, of suspicious activities that he could easily explain. I think he controlled that house, and he controlled the women and the children in that house, and I don't think there were questions asked.
And look, there's absolutely been no suggestion from law enforcement that the wife has any role in this at all to date, and the only thing we know about her is that she filed for divorce almost immediately when this came up. Now, Dr. Kobilinsky, look at the tea leaves for us. What kinds of things are they looking for? Do you believe it's relevant, as Coffindaffer does, that they would take cages, or that they take anything that they can to test?
Well, serial killers tend to take things from their victims as a memory. They call it a trophy or a souvenir. It could be clothing. It could be jewelry. It could be body parts. Look, the BTK killer used to take driver's licenses. And what they do is they keep these things and they look at them 5, 6, 7, 10 years later, and they relive the excitement of the kill. So that's the kind of thing that they're looking for. They're looking for remains. There were 3 canine dogs brought to the backyard. These dogs can sniff out decomposition, even if the ground has not been disturbed, because the chemicals rise up into the air and the dogs can detect it. But of course, they had heavy equipment. They had a backhoe. They had ground penetrating radar. And the way that works is it looks at the soil, and it establishes a uniform basis. In other words, it's homogeneous until you hit an area that is a discontinuity or a deviation from homogeneity. And at that point, they know they have to dig there. They don't know what they're digging up, but they have to dig there.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, And you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.